Coraline is a movie that has stuck with me ever since I was 5. And I think it was the characters. Like, the Belda made several appearances in my dreams moving forward. Boo. Bobinski had the flexibility I aim for. YB just seemed like a fun friend to have. And Miss Forcible, and of course, Coraline, a character that pulled me into the imaginary world. But what is the actual reason this movie cannot be erased from my mind? Well, I know that it scarred me, well, one scene in particular. But why was it so terrifying? What makes the scene so thrilling and captivating that I cannot forget about it even 14 and a half years later? Well, let's answer these questions today. So, which scene am I talking about? These 5 minutes from the end of the movie.
Oh, what terrified me as a kid.
Now let's break it down. For some context, Coraline is trapped in the other world, but she has made a deal with the Beldam that if she finds her parents and the 3 ghost eyes, she can leave the other world. But she has only found the ghost eyes. Her parents are still missing. How is Coraline going to escape? In this shot, the other world is colorless and starts falling apart. Our eyes automatically move towards Coraline as she's the only colored thing on the screen. In addition to this, the camera is tilted slightly, which makes the shot feel more uneasy and off-putting. We understand that something is terribly wrong. The tracking of the camera along with the movement in the background helps in setting up a pace of suspense and anxiety for the upcoming shots. In the next shot, Coraline stares down the long corridor. She is placed exactly at the vanishing point, and all the architectural lines help in leading the shot forward. When she enters the study, the room has a green hue over it, which contrasts how we saw it earlier in the movie, which again hints at something being terribly wrong. Now this shot is where I lost my cool when I was younger. The Beldam emerges out of the darkness in a final creepy form. And notice how natural and subtle the camera moves. Lighting plays a crucial role in establishing the mood and atmosphere of the scene. The use of shadows and contrast creates a sense of foreboding and uncertainty, reflecting Coraline's terrible situation. As Coraline confronts the Beldam, dramatic lighting illuminates their faces, emphasizing the intensity of their showdown and heightening the emotional stakes. One of the standout aspects of cinematography in the scene is the use of dynamic camera angles and movements. As Coraline navigates through the other world, the camera often adopts a subjective perspective, placing the audience directly in Coraline's shoes and heightening the sense of urgency and danger. A lower angle shot is used to show the Beldam to make her seem powerful and evil, whereas a higher angle shot is used to show Coraline to make her seem vulnerable and small. These shots are from the point of view of each other, Coraline and the Beldam, giving us an insight into how they view each other. The camera is also straight when showing Coraline, but slightly tilted while showing the Beldam, once again making us feel uneasy at the sight of her. Composition is another important aspect of the cinematography in the scene. Framing is used strategically to draw attention to key elements of the narrative and enhance visual storytelling. I love the use of medium close-ups in the scene because it really makes you feel like you really are there in the room with them and feeling all the emotions that Coraline is feeling. The use of color also contributes to the visual impact of the scene. The vibrant, surreal palette of the other world creates a stark contrast with the darker, more muted tones of Coraline's real world. One of the ghost eyes starts to glow and makes Coraline aware of the danger she's in. It glows a reddish-orange tint, contrasting with the green around, which draws our attention towards it. Another high-angle shot is used to really make you feel like a spectator watching all of this. We also get to see how giant the Beldam is next to Coraline. When Coraline tries to escape, the Beldam makes the floor into a spider web, creating a black and white surrounding. The camera angle is tilted and unsteady once again, and the spider web acts as leading lines towards Coraline. The black and white of the spider web and the Beldam really make Coraline look like a prey caught in a trap. Once Coraline is in the tunnel, the camera angle is still tilted and a head is purposely cut off so that the shot feels claustrophobic, just like the tunnel that Coraline is in. And well, the shot after this, yikes. Once Coraline makes it past the tunnel, the door keeps getting closer and closer with each thump. The green light leaks out of the edge of the closed door and lights up the entire tunnel, which also really helps us understand the depth of this tunnel, all while being placed perfectly in the center. When Coraline finally shuts the door to the other world, there is a sense of relief, but the dullness and the tone of the shot still tells us that this may not be the end, which it isn't. So in conclusion, all the things from the use of lighting, color, the timing is what made the scene so creepy, and I now know why this scene has been imprinted in my brain for so many years. Every little thing in each shot has a purpose, whether it is to make you curious, afraid, happy, or sad. All of these things are the reason why this movie will never leave my memory, and I'm glad.